how have you been able to train, keep in shape, all that stuff? Have you been able to do anything with your teammates? How have you coordinated with your coaches? Like, tell us what it's been like during the last few months. And then also my original question there about, soccer as sort of an outlet.
Yeah, for me, soccer has always been a massive outlet. I mean, growing up with whatever commotion that was going on at home, whatever it was, I was always able to just escape and go and kick the ball around. I played a lot of street soccer growing up with a lot of my friends in the neighborhood. Um, and just going out to play practice and compete, like I said, it was just what I did every day. It's what I wanted to do all the time, was just play soccer and then play more soccer. And after training, I would go play more soccer. Like I'm saying, like, so it was huge for me, honestly, to relieve my stress. And I had gone through some tough things during my parents' separation, which during that time, it was really easy for me to get out of the house and go and kick the ball around with my friends. It was very therapeutic for me. And I think I owe a lot to the game for that, because you're easily, you know, skewed. You can go down the wrong path during tough times like that. But thankfully, I had the game there for me, and my ball was always right there. So very therapeutic for me. I definitely am very appreciative of the game. And then to go back to your other question, to stay fit during this time, it's been tough. We're obviously back into these like individual small group sessions. We just got approval from the league to do that, which has been great to get back into the facility. But there was a long while there where we weren't able to go into the facility. We didn't have any soccer pitches or, anywhere really sufficient to train. Now, I was able to look at that in two ways, where I could still go outside and go for like long runs and whatnot, which was a blessing, because there's other teams up in New York and Toronto or wherever where they can't even go outside, right? So as hard as it was not to have the pitch and get out with the ball, I was able to find some open fields and go and do some drills through cones and do whatever I could, control whatever I could control to stay in shape. So like I said, I was going for super long runs. I would come back up in my house. I have some weights and some medicine balls and stuff that I would literally lift out in my patio, like, because it's the only space I have, but you got to make it work. And I think that because of that time, as you can see, we're getting back into these small trainings. I think, everybody's looking pretty fit. We're feeling really strong. I feel really good at the moment because of that work that we were able to continue to do. But it wasn't easy during that time because, like I said, there was no really light at the end of the tunnel, right? When you can't really see that light, it's tough to stay inspired and motivated every day to go out and run by yourself and to go and kick the ball up against the fence or whatever it is. It's really hard. But at the end of the day, those are the times that expose the true character. So I'm really proud that I was able to stay with it and continue to push myself.
Well, that's great. Yeah, I'm thinking about like for many years of your life now, whether it be, led by coaches and teams, and especially in college and now with Orlando City. And during this time, has it been like just kind of interesting to go back to like kind of personal motivation? I mean, it sounds like you don't have a coach there, yelling at you or even setting up what your training is going to be that day. You've got to kind of come up with it yourself. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, how is that sort of mentally or physically kind of preparing you, or in a different way?
It was tough, honestly, because you got to come up with something different every day that's sufficient to keep you fit, right? There was a time I was going for like these 10-mile runs. I would just go out and I would just throw on a podcast and I would just send it, go as far as I could just to try and keep those miles on my legs, because I didn't want to allow myself to get out of shape after I'd done all that work in preseason. We had a really tough, sufficient preseason that I think had made all the guys super strong. So I didn't want to lose any of that strength, especially after playing 2 games. But it was really hard to keep finding drills to stay sharp with the ball. I would find some stuff on YouTube and just bring some cones out to like I said, an open field and just set that up and try and stay sharp in my feet and shoot up against the fence. Sometimes I would find a goal and be able to shoot out there, but it's tough to do alone, really, especially when you're solo and you don't have your teammates pushing you, your coach is pushing at you, the physio yelling at you to keep going and do one more rep, it's
right.
So you got to find it within you to keep pushing yourself.